the game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Penn Stadium in Iowa City, Iowa, home of the Hawkeyes. The Nittany Lions will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it out. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Hawkeyes offense will have the football first. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows, to have success in this game against this defense, is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense. There's strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses the defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Hawkeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Gill. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance. Can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Going to swing it on second down. Gets it out quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Let's talk for a minute about Iowa. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time 4-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like, David?
First of all, everybody saw him. It's all over social media, right? The excitement of landing a guy of that caliber. And just, I mean, that creates excitement in the whole recruiting class in this next cycle.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it. Ernie on the Jets. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
Well, it's a second catch on the drive, and it's obviously a massive blow for this offense, and he's starting to prove to his quarterback here that he's winning his one-on-ones. He deserves some more looks.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that, no gain on the play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from him. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense, getting him to the ground for no gain.
They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's third and goal. Looking to throw. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And that one did not work. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Never a doubt. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So they were able to put up the 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He gets a block. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. So Penn State's offense will go to work for the first time. And we'll get a quick look at one of the early leaders for the Heisman. Winning the award as a running back certainly demands something beyond the normal. He's going to have to put together a stellar season, Dave.
No, he will. And listen, it's hard for running backs to get this award. Now, it is a quarterback award, but recent years, Ashton Jeanty, you saw him there. But you got to be the catalyst. You got to be the straw that stirs the drink. You got to put up huge numbers. So far, Palmer, he's been a catalyst. He's been great. He's just going to have to keep it going.
And his numbers are pretty good now. I think they have a chance to get even better. When you look at the schedule moving ahead, they're going to have to force-feed him the football. He's going to have to play big in those games if they're going to keep winning. So keep an eye on this guy as a Heisman favorite because he's got that kind of ability.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Allard. The throw to the outside is complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Really nice job locking in by the quarterback that time on 3rd down. That was the completion you had to have. You're only down 3-0, I get it. It's your second drive of the game, so lots of football to go, but you want to establish a rhythm and confidence as early.
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10. Easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
And the Nittany Lions with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. Boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting, stud in the secondary, 5-star defensive back, gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program, David.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the back end, a 5-star guy like that, dude, it's plug and play, and those guys pan out at such a high level. Just, they have so much speed, the measurables there. This guy should be an impact player, David.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that's going to give us a tie ball game here in the 1st. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Virtually unblocked, and he stopped for a loss of 8. The Hawkeyes are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Leaves it with the back. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. And the Hawkeyes line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And they'll start this drive off in business. First and goal from the 9. The Nittany Lions couldn't have asked for better field position as they get a chance to strike here. A first down run on the doorstep. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Splits the uprights. Good. And with that, they've taken the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, want to jump in and let you know what's going on in this top 25 showdown. Michigan has the lead right now, but unless Desmond Howard or Anthony Carter come running out of that tunnel, I'm not ready to say this one's over. They're up by 4 over Washington. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be third down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got enough for the first.
3rd and 1. Everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Softened him up with a run, and now the throw. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit, and I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Brings it in down the left side. Oh, a lot of space. They finally make the stop, but what a way to end this first quarter after that fantastic play. We've reached the end of one, and as is tradition here in Iowa City, we take a moment to say hi to the children of the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. Hello, kids. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and I love running the football down the red zone. You've got to be able to do it. And first down, obviously, is the right down to do it. But now, limits the options a little bit more. 2nd down after that loss of yards play.
Got his man quickly. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throw him the football. That's when he catch it, big fella.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. They'll go to the air. Here comes the heat. He bounced off his feet.
And the defense comes up with a good stop. And here's the thing, great job, great rush integrity, making sure they didn't let him scramble around, make a big play. Now down by 3, your decision, try to kick it or maybe force it and try to go for it.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And with that field goal, guys, we're all tied up in the early going. Coming out with it, it's Smith. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Makes the grab. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Drew Aller feels as if he has unfinished business at Penn State. Tyler Warren is gone, but Aller still with a plethora of weapons at his disposal and maybe, David, giving him a path to redemption in the college football. Turning it on! Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The whole Penn State legacy is built on toughness, getting it done on the ground, and they pick up a first down.
And you got to start there with the physicality, the ground game, getting that going. It's kind of a Northeast thing, right? Being tough, being physical, bringing that lunch pail.
The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Let's take just a second and talk about Penn State. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Oh, baller. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
The Nittany Lions started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. To the air, it's Aller. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Let's take just a second and talk about Penn State. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Going right to work up top.
And it's a little close, a little too close for comfort, but I'll tell you what, the quarterback's got to be aware, right? When they're taking shots or they're throwing the football close to their own end zone, got to know where they're at so they don't give up the safety. Good job by the quarterback. I'd like him to get rid of the football next time, but at least he didn't take the safety.
And I think they'll mark him right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't help much with the breathing room, but on the upside, they avoided the safety. The Hawkeyes are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Takes the handoff. It's Patterson. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. And the Hawkeyes decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the grab close to the logo. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David. Chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
So now it's 2nd and long. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield, it's Allard. Got it in the middle, it's Ross. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And for DBs out there trying to stop these short slant routes against man coverage, being physical is really key. You want to get your hands on the wide receiver and really try to disrupt that timing between the QB.
There he goes! Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
And a nice job slipping in the screen. Like, you got to know the situation when those pass rushers, Palmer, are going to come upfield and those situations where you can take advantage of the defense.
Yeah, I would love a David Pollock just running at me free and then finding a way to negotiate the throw around a guy that just knew he was going to be getting a sack. That feels so good. Complete the screen and keep the drive alive.
The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. They'll move the tight end. They'll leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The RPO, it's complete. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
Bully ball on third and short. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
That's got to feel good if you're the offense because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
And the Nittany Lions will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Penn State, 16-Iowa, 6.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Fires on the move. He's got an open man. This senior shows some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. The Nittany Lions are in the hurry-up. To the air, it's Allard. Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up fourth down.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Iowa City.
He'll put total leather and get this second half started. On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. The defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up second and 5, third and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
These Hawkeye fans know exactly what to do to get behind this D on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage. The Nittany Lions send out the punt unit. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it first and 10. Can't get him to the ground.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Hawkeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. It's a reverse. He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections, but the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead, and a lot of times for a loss, and put the offense in a bind.
On on 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Almost had the completion, just missed it. And the Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You've got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Quick release by the QB. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw, it's Aller. Catch in the middle, it's Pena. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
The Nittany Lions are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They're setting up the screen. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down.
How about the offense, man? Dialing up the screenplay on 3rd down. They needed a play. Sometimes people like the screen, sometimes they don't. You got to call it at the right time. And they pick the right opportunity. They get the 3rd down conversion and a new set of downs.
A strike downfield. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys.
And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put some.
nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Don't try to sneak it. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. The Hawkeyes will send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Wants to return it. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. He leaves it with the back. And some room to work. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll give it to him again. At midfield, he's got room. Breaks into the open. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. On the option. Now the pitch. Quick spin on the ride. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. So here comes the field goal unit once again. They've already kicked 3 tonight. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And now the lead is even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They'll run the jet sweep, making the defense go sideline to sideline. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to pass. He unleashes a long one. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Gets it out fast. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally wrestle down the senior, but before he picks up some valuable ground.
And that is why this guy is a true dual-threat quarterback. You've seen him all game, hurting them with his arm, already over 200 yards passing. And how about his running ability now? And flashing that on the option play. There's a variety of ways he can...
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Wants to fire on second down. Pressure coming. Now he's going to break the pocket. At the 40, there he goes. And he'll be brought down.
This quarterback's showing a lot of resiliency here on this drive because first down he got sacked, second in California, he's able to scramble, and while he didn't get the first down, he's able to get a little bit of it back, and he's made this third down manageable now. Let's see.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
He will not get it. A fourth down stop for this defense as they try to salt this one away. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Dinkins. Turning it on. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Sends it back in motion. With the catch, it's Allen. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
And the Nittany Lions are threatening on first and goal. Trying to bully their way in. Touchdown, Penn State! And the pummeling has started. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight win.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They go to the ground. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. He breaks a tackle. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Here's a heat. They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
Well, that play never had a chance. On 4th down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on 4th.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They've had this drive absolutely gift-wrapped. How often do you start with a 1st and goal? And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Quarterback making checks. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they take it in for 6 more points. With that score, looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Michigan is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been clicking in every facet of the game.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Pulls and fires complete. Nice move, creates some space. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. A 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Makes the catch. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Smashes it between the uprights. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The Nittany Lions are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short.